Welcome to the Manifestation Babe podcast. My name is Catherine Zinkina, and I'm a manifestation expert, master mindset coach, and multiple seven-figure entrepreneur. I'm obsessed with helping you achieve everything that you once thought was impossible. If you're looking to massively up-level your life, your finances, your relationships, your productivity and success, then you have come to the right place. My goal in this podcast is to help you see the infinite potential within yourself to be, do, and have anything that your heart desires. Think of this podcast as your weekly dose of mindset development to help you maximize who you are and where you're going. Leave it to me to provide you with the tools, the resources, the strategies, and teachings that you need to manifest a reality wilder than your wildest dreams. I know we're about to have so much fun together, so thank you so much for pushing play today. And now let's begin. Hello, gorgeous souls, and welcome back to the Manifestation Babe podcast. I, like most of you guys, am probably sitting at home right now because everything is canceled and the state of the world is in panic right now. So I don't normally record these kinds of episodes. I like to keep things light and happy. However, that is not how everyone is feeling right now. And I know that as a highly sensitive being and someone who's super empathic, someone who is a light worker and an energy worker and is really in tune with the energies of the entire planet and all of the panic and all of the chaos that can be felt, by so many human beings all at once. Like, we are not immune to that energy, and we're not immune to feeling all of the energy, right? So I wanted to record an episode for you guys to kind of help you navigate what is going on right now, especially as a light worker, and what we can do about it. I think that's the most important thing to always be considered when things are uncertain and things are scary and things don't make sense and we don't know why it's happening. It's way more important to ask ourselves, okay, what can we do about it rather than why is this happening, right? Because ultimately, who knows why this is happening? I'm going to give you guys my theories, of course, because you are listening to the Manifestation Babe podcast. But more important than that, I want you to walk away from this episode feeling super empowered. That regardless of what's happening in the world at any point in time, not just the coronavirus, but let's say any other global event, past, present, and future, that you can always come back to this episode and remind yourself that you are a being of light who has incarnated and chose to incarnate onto this planet to bring faith to the masses. I believe that if you're listening to this podcast episode, you are a light worker and you have a purpose in being here, in doing this deep mental, emotional, spiritual work, not just for yourself, though, my goal is always for you to live your best life and feel your best in your life and think and radiate great thoughts and great energy and all that good stuff. However, if it just ends with you, what's the point? Right? So this is about spreading your light and spreading your energy and spreading your mission across the world so that the entire planet's vibration can be raised, because God knows Mother Earth really needs it. This universe really needs it. And it's up to us to start that ripple effect. And if we are not committing ourselves to faith in a time of chaos, in a time of fear, in a time of panic, then who the hell else is going to do it for us, right? So clearly, you don't need me to tell you this. You just got to log on Facebook or Instagram or go on any media outlet, and you'll see that the state of the world is in panic right now. I was just on a girls' trip, which was supposed to be my podcast episode that I was going to record today, which was all about the importance of sisterhood and what me and my friends do when we get together every single quarter to come together and to do our spiritual girls trip. And obviously, things change, plans change. So that's going to be the next episode. But for today, this is what I really wanted to talk about. I came home after having such an incredible spiritual week. And my God, you guys, so many incredible things happened. I pretty much went through another spiritual awakening. Like, I know that I've said that before, where I'm like, guys, I'm going through a spiritual awakening, or I feel like I'm going through a spiritual awakening, or I refer to 2015/2016 as my time of my spiritual awakening. And that was not it. This was it. This was a spiritual awakening. And it was just so beautiful. I had so many downloads, so many insights, so much deep releasing and uprooting of any like bits of self-worth, like lack of self-worth that has not yet left me. I feel like I just laid it all on a table and really allowed myself to process and work through so much crap, and really process and work through stuff that I've been going through since I got back from Rhythmia, because if you've listened to those episodes, I've been through a lot in just those 4 days, and it's really uprooted a lot for me. And I've been processing ever since in the best way possible. It hasn't always been easy. It's been really, confusing sometimes, navigating like why I saw certain things and what that means and how to handle it. And what does this mean about the future, and just all this stuff. And especially with like how things, a few things in my life currently are a little confusing, where, for instance, my current living situation just isn't making sense. Like how things are coming together isn't making sense, even though Mother Aya showed me this beautiful vision of where I'm supposed to live and how it's going to all fall into place. And I'm like, okay, Mother Aya, like it's not falling into place. Like, can you help me out here? And so I've been going through it. And this week really was the icing on the cake and the cherry on top for really helping me ground myself back in and come home feeling amazing, right? I have been feeling amazing. However, before that, before my spiritual girls trip, I have been waking up in the middle of the night with like panic and anxiety and nightmares. And at first I was like, okay, is this my Saturn return? Is this a spiritual awakening? Like, what is happening? And it took me 2 weeks to finally realize, oh yeah, oh my God, I'm a highly sensitive being. I'm super empathic. I know that. I've learned to protect my energy. I've learned kind of how to navigate through the world, being that way as a light worker, as an energy worker, whatever you want to call it, right? It's just, I look at it as energy. We're all energy workers. We're all light workers. I've just been personally having a hard time like managing what seems like the energy of the entire planet, and everybody is in this place of like the world is coming to an end. So it's been really, really hard. And I finally kind of, gave myself a plan of, okay, this is what I'm going to do about it. And this is really where this podcast episode inspiration is coming from. And also the post that I made on Instagram yesterday. I know that by the time this comes out, it's probably like a week after I made that post, but I made a post, just kind of sharing and helping others navigate like why this is happening, or at least my belief around why this is happening. And so anyway, I'm finally in a great place. And so I wanted to help anybody out there who might not be in a great place find themselves in as good of a place as they can possibly get themselves. Because, when the world is uncertain, you also have to remember that the world is never certain. There's never any certainty that you could ever find outside of yourself. All of the certainty that you could ever need and want has to come from within. And life doesn't come with any guarantees. Life doesn't come with any like money back guarantees, right? It's not like you leave the planet and you go, God, I need my money back. Like that was not what I was expecting, right? There are no guarantees from life. However, we can make soul commitments with ourselves to guarantee ourselves whatever it is that we need in order to navigate ourselves through this life. So I went to the grocery store yesterday, and my God, it was like an apocalypse. It's like people are preparing for the worst. And some things don't even make sense to me. Like, I don't know if you guys want to clue me in on why toilet paper seems to be the number one thing that people are buying. And I've seen so many memes by now, and like my family, my friends, my community and I are talking about how, like, okay, what's the deal with toilet paper, right? Like I understand that it's a virus and, but I don't think that this virus causes us to have excessive diarrhea. Like what's with the toilet paper, right? So I went into the grocery store. I live here in near Beverly Hills and I'm right next to Century City. And so I went to the Gelson's at the Century City Mall and there's like hundreds of people in there and every single shelf is just empty. And me and Brennan, we had a couple trips, canceled. So we were supposed to go to Mexico this week for a top 3 affiliate trip, that we won and that we earned. And it was supposed to be on James Wedmore's dime. And we were super excited about it. But however, it's been canceled. And unfortunately, I had to postpone my Bali retreat that was supposed to be in April, which was probably the toughest decision that I have ever made in my business, which I love going to Bali. I love giving, between 12 to 16 women every single year a beautiful experience, spending a week with me in Bali in a home, in a villa, basically a Balinese mansion, and sharing with them all of the practices and all of the things that I know and that I practice in my life that can help them really get their mindsets in this place where they believe without a shadow of a doubt that whatever they want to manifest in their lives is possible for them. And it's been something that we've been doing for about 4 years now. And it's one of my favorite times of the year. Unfortunately, we postponed it. Another thing we postponed was our live event that we were hosting in May. And I've also been notified that every other event that I was supposed to speak at has been postponed as well. So besides the online world, I'm pretty much just locked in my home, which isn't too bad because this is like an introvert's paradise, to be honest. It's like no people, be at home. However, it can also get isolating real quick, right? Which is why I'm committing myself to give you guys whatever you need in any way, shape, or form that I can help. If it's content like this, I'm actually thinking, and I'm probably going to. So stay tuned on my Instagram. I think I'm going to do a free challenge for you guys where there's no opt-in, there's no emails, there's no nothing. I'm not selling you anything. Don't even worry about it. Just to get you guys, I'm calling it the faith challenge. And I really want to share with you guys some practices that have helped me find certainty in uncertain times. And if we can all do this together on a as big of a, as a big of a mass as possible, where we can all gather our energy together and really cultivate our energy to put out the best vibration out into the world, I think that we could totally make a difference. And I know it sounds woo-woo to some people to think that energy could overpower something like this, but hey guys, everything in life is energy. We are just a bunch of balls of energy navigating this big giant ball of energy, and we can accomplish a lot from our vibration alone. That's not to say don't take physical action. That's not to say ignore, healthcare professionals or become completely ignorant as to what's happening in the world. That's never what I say when I mean that energy is everything. I mean that energy is everything. And in order to manifest that energy into the physical world, we must take physical action, right? So it's been a challenge for all of us. I know that I'm not the only empath feeling other people. I'm not the only one worrying about my health. I'm not the only one worrying about other people's health, especially those who are very prone to getting coronavirus, like those who are the older population, people with weakened immune systems, et cetera, et cetera. I think about my grandparents, of course, and my husband's parents, and my mom is pretty young, but, like family members, people in my community, I worry about people, and I'm not the only one with canceled trips. I'm not the only one with canceled events. This affects a lot of people. I'm not the only one locked down at home with no toilet paper. Now, I know Los Angeles is nowhere near a complete lockdown. However, I'm personally choosing to stay away from the general population at this time. And quite frankly, a lot of things are closed anyway or seem to be closing down. And I honestly don't have toilet paper, you guys, and I'm kind of worried because there is no toilet paper available at the grocery store. So I don't really know what I'm going to do. I guess I'm using paper towels for the next month. Like, I don't know, TMI maybe. But anyway, I believe, you guys, as always, that there is a higher reason why this is happening. And I wanted to put out a message to all of the light workers out there so that we can work together in raising the vibration of the planet. Now, if you're wondering, if you're a light worker, I'm just going to say that if you've ever been listening to my podcast, there's a reason why you've been listening is because I attract the light workers over here. So you don't even have to ask yourself, like, am I a light worker? I believe that we all are light workers. And if you are an awakened light worker, because you can be a light worker that's asleep to your power. But if you're one that's awakened, I believe that this is our time. Okay, this is the message really that I want to share with you guys in this podcast is that this is what we have been preparing for, you guys. For all of us awakening together, this is the work that we signed up for. And all of this mental, emotional, spiritual, deep inner work, the stuff that I've been sharing for the last 4 years on here, on the podcast, on my Instagram, as part of the Manifestation Babe entity that I've created in 2016. We have been doing it so that we can not only just help ourselves, but that we can graduate from helping ourselves to helping those who need us most. And it is very easy right now to be scared, okay? It's a very easy energy to tap into. Fear is so easy to get sucked into. It is so much harder to stay above the fear when fear is like this suck. It's like a drain that's trying to drag you down. And a lot of people right now are in that drain, right? They're like at the bottom. And it's so easy to come and join everybody. It's so easy to follow the crowd. It's so easy to fall into chaos and fall into panic and fall into mass hysteria and fear. These things are really easy, right? Panic is easy. Fear mongering is easy. Giving into fear-based thoughts is easy. Getting paralyzed into inaction is easy. And this is what I'm so passionate about talking about, especially when it comes to like why I don't watch the media personally, why I don't watch the news, why I don't get sucked into all of the fear-based programming is because it actually puts us into inaction, guys. And I know that some people will argue with me and be like, no, Catherine, when you're informed, you're going to take action. When, yes, true, when you're informed, you will take action. You will hopefully choose to make different choices when you're informed about what's going on and what your options are and what you can do about it. However, the way that our media informs us is never in the way that it should be. Meaning, the way that the media informs us is through fear-based messaging. And I don't know about you, but when I watch the media or when I watch the news or have in the past, or I've actually been kind of watching the news. I've been reading some articles just because I feel like staying informed in this about this is kind of important because it affects all of us, right? It does affect, my city, my town, my community, my family, my people. And so I'm going to stay informed and just make sure that I know what's going on. And should I leave my house today? Should I not, right? But just the way that the media does it, it doesn't really inspire you into action. What it makes you want to do, just the language. If you ever go read a news article and just pay close attention to the way the words that they use. Words and language have power, right? Just tune into that. Just get curious, right? And go and kind of like dissect the word and the words and the language that they use. And it's really like words like emergency, end of the world, devastation, stuff like that. And it's just like, okay, when people are telling me it's the end of the world and that everyone's going to be devastated and this is it and there's nothing we can do about it, am I very likely to go out there and look at ways of how I can help people? Or am I more likely to hide underneath the covers and not do anything about anything. Oftentimes, the way that the media spreads its message to us is it gets us paralyzed into inaction. And that's very easy to do. It's very easy to go in your bedroom, put the covers over your head and hide, right? What's not easy, guys, which is what I want to inspire you to do, is to have faith in this tunnel of darkness, to shine a light no matter what. And there's a light within all of us that is able to shine so big and so bright that the entire world can be affected by it. It's not easy, but it's a must to know that there's a higher purpose behind all of this happening. And most importantly, as I started this podcast episode, to ask, what can we do about this? Not why is it happening, or why us, why me, why my family, why now? Like the answers that we're going to get from those questions, those low quality questions, we're going to get low quality answers. As Richard Bandler says, the quality of our life is determined by the quality of the questions that we ask. And what I want you guys to do is ask yourselves empowering questions, which is, what can we do about this? How can we help? What action steps are available to us? How can we inspire others to help us in raising the vibration of the planet? And how can we share our best energy with others? A great post I saw on Instagram yesterday, and hopefully it's still there by the time you hear this podcast, which my friend Aislinn, her account, let me just confirm. Let me go on Instagram right now and just confirm so I don't give you guys false information. My friend Aislinn Walton, her Instagram account is at Abundance Witch. So abundance word and then witch. And she has I don't even know why I say abundance word. That's really confusing. Sorry, guys. At Abundance Witch. She had a great post, which is, and you can just search her account for it, which is, I'm a spiritual entrepreneur. What should I be doing right now? And she created a list of, I think, like 10 to 12 things of things that you can actually do in this time of uncertainty. Right. And I thought it was a great list, and it really inspired me to take action on a higher level, which is to create a challenge for my audience called the Faith Challenge, just to bring in faith and certainty into a world that's feeling very, very uncertain. Right. So how can we share our best energy with others? Like, how can we be above this all? How can we see the bigger picture? How can we spread the light? How can we share the light? The world needs certainty, but what the world right now doesn't understand is that certainty is self-created in an uncertain world. And that just in general, like coronavirus or not, right? Anything can happen. Life does not guarantee us that we will stay here for a certain length of time. Okay. Maybe there is a guarantee, like when we incarnate into our bodies, our soul knows how long we're going to be here. But I know for sure that by the time we are incarnated, we forget. Okay. So as of right now, as you being a spiritual being in a human body, as long as you're in your human body, you don't know what your guarantee is. So as far as we know, there is no guarantee that we're going to be here for a certain length of time. And the thing is that certainty has always been self-created, guys. There is no force outside of you that is responsible for your life, that is going to guarantee you anything. However, people have become so reliant on forces outside of themselves for their sense of certainty. Like, for instance, world leaders, governments, programs, or other people to take care of them so that they don't have to take care of themselves. And, what I really see, besides a bunch of other reasons, is that perhaps this is happening so that we can learn to take care of ourselves, so that we can learn to take responsibility for ourselves, right? So that we can be united in love, so that we can be united in compassion and gratitude and unity. There's so many ways, there's so many lessons here, One of them, I think, is really is so that we can awaken and see the bigger picture of an awakening that's happening worldwide. That perhaps it's not going to be the next president or a government or a world leader or a program or other people to take care of us. Maybe this is a time for us to empower ourselves and empower each other to know that the state of the world is really in our own hands, and we cannot sit here idly anymore and expect anybody else to come to save us. We cannot engage in saviorism anymore, right? No one's coming to save us, you guys. Mother Earth needs us, and I think she's purging on so many levels right now. And this is really a lesson that came to me from my ayahuasca ceremonies, which is I saw Mother Earth as like an entity, and she was crying, guys. And she was like, Catherine, I need help. Can you please get people to help me? And that stuck with me ever since. And I look at the Australia brush fires, and I look at coronavirus, and I look at all these other things that are happening. And it's like Mother Earth is legit screaming at us at this point. She is purging. She needs help. And it's up to us to awaken and to all do our part in order to help her and therefore help ourselves. Because without Mother Earth, guys, there is no us. I don't know if you've noticed that, but there's like, as of right now, there's no other planet that we're going to go to, right? Like there is a reason why we incarnated on this planet at this time, and we must take care of her. Okay. I talked about, connection, but I really see this as connecting us, connecting us to each other, connecting us closer to our family, connecting us closer to our neighbors, just really inspiring us to go out there and help as many people as possible. This is definitely an opportunity to learn to take care of our health, you guys. If you're not taking care of your health physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, perhaps this is a lesson for you to learn that right now. I see this as an opportunity to come together in global prayer and really see ourselves as one, and really invite the universe to help us and understand that we're not the sole creators of our planet. We're not the sole creators of our lives. We're co-creators. And there's this incredible force out there, whatever you might call this force, God, angels, universe, energies of the highest good, Buddha, Allah, whatever, however you refer to this energy, this is an opportunity to get closer to that energy and invite that energy into your life. And for all of us to do that, I think that if we all sat down in a global prayer and put our highest vibration out into the world, we could shift this entire planet that quickly. However, unfortunately, too many people are stuck in their fear patterns right now. And fear is nothing new, you guys. Fear existed here long before you incarnated, right? Fear is a low vibrational energy that's always been here. And how you feel fear is by tapping into it. Okay. If you choose not to tap into it, you could be above fear. And the way I see it is that if we all just rejected tapping into fear and instead chose to tap into our core essence, which is love, the world would be a completely different place. Coronavirus or not, just in general, we wouldn't have wars. There would be no famine. There would be no poverty. I mean, so many problems would go away if we just decided to tap into the frequency of love and help each other out, because we are one. The law of oneness. If there is one person suffering on this planet, then essentially we are all suffering on this planet, right? Unless we are all at peace, we are all happy, we're all empowered, we truly are not, right? If one person isn't free, we can't truly call ourselves free, because that energy is felt, you guys. And it is so crucial for all of us to come together. I feel like I need to be on like a global microphone right now, not just this podcast, but like put me on every single radio station right now. This is an opportunity for us light workers to come together and shine our light. And how you shine your light, you guys, is by tapping into high vibrational frequencies. It's for you to think good thoughts, radiate out positive energy, and stay in the vibration of love and hope. I know it sounds so like theoretical and woo-woo and whatever, Catherine, but I mean it, you guys. I mean it, because all action comes first from thought, which then translates into how you feel, and how you feel is going to inspire what action you take. So if you don't choose to tap into high vibrational thoughts, I cannot imagine that you're going to tap into high vibrational actions, right? You're going to be one of those people that's going to the grocery store right now and screaming your head off and looking for toilet paper, right? Like you want to be above that. Not saying that you shouldn't go like prepare just in case. I'm not saying that. I definitely bought some stuff from my freezer. I definitely bought some like additional things that I might need in case I'm stuck at home for a full month or 2 or 3. God forbid, right? But you know, it's like the vibration from which you're taking action from. Brennan and I walked into the grocery store and we were like super calm, and we were not just buying everything just for the sake of buying it. We were really thinking like, okay, apocalypse or not, would we actually eat this? Right? Not just like putting any kind of food in our cart, but like picking up the organic stuff, because I'm all about the organic stuff, and I'm not just going to eat crap just because there is panic right now. I'm actually going to eat the organic stuff. I'm actually going to buy stuff that I would actually buy regardless of emergency or no emergency, right? So, I started this podcast episode talking all about empowering you to do something about this, ways, things that you could do. And I want to share just what I'm doing, and perhaps this list will inspire you or send you off to do something different or think differently or really take care of yourself, because this is what it's all about, is taking care of yourself so that you can then help and take care of others. What I'm doing personally is I am sending unconditional love to the planet every single day. Every single day in meditation, I am envisioning a beautiful pink light surrounding our planet so that every single soul, every single entity, every single plant, animal, whatever, can feel that energy. And I trust in my power, you guys. I know that I'm a powerful healer, and I know that you're a powerful healer too. So to think that you cannot make a difference by doing that is ridiculous. I'm thinking good thoughts. I'm choosing to see the opportunity in this. I'm choosing to radiate out positive energy. And again, you guys, this is a choice, right? You have a choice to tune into love versus tune into fear. And I hope that you understand that you do have a choice, and you can choose to also think good thoughts, radiate out positive energy, and stay in the vibration of love and stay in the vibration of hope. Because it's very easy to go into fear. Trust me. Like, there's been plenty of times in my life where I could just freak out. However, I'm choosing not to. I'm seeing if anyone around me needs help or needs anything. Like this is so simple to do. Call your neighbors, call your family, call your loved ones, reach out to your community, and just be like, hey guys, does anyone need anything? How can I help you? I'm definitely taking care of my immune system. So I have a biocharger, which I'm not even going to go into explaining what this thing is. Very simply put, it's a device. It's a device, basically, device that I have, an energy device that works with my energy field. It works with the subtle energy field, and it charges up my cells. It charges up my electromagnetic field. It sends certain vibrations based on what I need into my body, into my aura. And it has a ton of recipes that you could do. Like, there's recipes for immunity, there's recipes for libido, there's recipes for each chakra, there's recipes for mental clarity, there's recipes for sleep. There's like 900 recipes that you could choose from. And so I've been doing the immunity one every single day. If you guys are curious about Biocharger, just go to their Instagram account. It's Biocharger at Biocharger_NG, or just go on their website and you can read more about it. Or I'll just put this in the show notes. Why not? So you guys can check it out. And tell the owner I say hi if you choose to purchase one, because I love them. They love me. I'm super supportive of their product. It's been such a life changer for me. It's just, I can't recommend it enough. It's not the cheapest thing in the world. It's definitely an investment. However, if you are in the place of purchasing such an item, I highly recommend that every single human being has one at their home. I am exercising a lot right now, really taking care of my body, really staying grounded. I'm eating great nutrition. I'm eating tons of vegetables and salads and fruits. And as long as it's available right now, I am eating it. I'm staying on top of my supplements. Like, for instance, I am taking lysine, ton of lysine, which is great antiviral support. I am taking elderberry, which is really great for immune system. colloidal silver, which is really great for immune system as well, and vitamin D, which is very great for immune system. And obviously, Los Angeles has been very dreary lately. Like this doesn't really help how we feel about ourselves in the world right now because it's like super low clouds and it's just dark and gray and raining. Not very fun weather. And obviously the sun's not out. So I've been taking a lot of vitamin D as well. This sounds counterintuitive AF. However, I am so grateful that for the last 2 years, I have spent a lot of time learning a lot from like 100 millionaires and billionaires who talk a lot about how money, like real, true wealth, is made when everyone else is panicking. Because you know that saying of like, just in general, that belief system of doing the opposite of what everyone else is doing, like don't follow the herd, like really do the opposite of what everyone is doing in order for you to stand out and in order for you to maximize all the opportunities that are available to you. So the stock market right now is doing some crazy shit and it's dropping and people are losing a ton of money. And though it seems really scary, what Brennan and I have chosen to do based off of literally just listening to people that we trust in the financial world. Like for instance, Warren Buffett is a great example. Ray Dalio is another great example. Like look at what they're doing. They are investing massively right now. If you have the resources to invest in the market, and again, I can't tell you what to do. You have to. I suggest working with a fiduciary. Brennan and I are working with a company called Creative Planning. They're incredible fiduciaries. They're incredible wealth managers. We have been so happy working with them, and our wealth has grown tremendously in the last like 2 years because of our work together and what we've been doing and the people that we've been listening to and the advice, the genuinely good advice that we've been getting, not just advice from like financial brokers, you know, who are great people and want to help you. However, they are more likely to be inclined to make decisions for their company and their own good rather than your good. And I'm not going to go into that. You guys can read a book on it. It's called Money Mastering the Game by Tony Robbins. It's all about why you should hire a fiduciary to help you manage your money rather than like your average financial advisor or financial planner. And if you are a financial advisor, please don't come attack me. You can go attack Tony Robbins. I'm just kidding. But anyway, long story short is that right now, when the world is panicking, as there's quote unquote blood on the streets, this is the time to invest. This is the time to put your money in the stock market because it will rebound and it will go back up. So Brennan and I have put a ton of money in and we are just doing the opposite of what everyone else is doing because we know that this is how you win. Don't do what the masses are doing. Do something different and you will get different results. Offering up hope to people who come to me rather than reasons to fear. I've had text messages from other entrepreneurs in the online world of people being like, Catherine, what's going on? I'm so afraid. The market's collapsing. The economy is collapsing. The world is collapsing. What do I do? And I have just been loving on those people and sharing with them my honest opinion, which is all about hope and all about opportunity and all about how this too shall pass. And one day we're going to look back and be like, oh, do you remember that coronavirus thing back in 2020, right? And that's not to make light of the situation. And I hope you guys can feel my intention in my heart that if you are struggling right now and if you're someone who's been affected, my heart and my prayers go out to you. And I'm not taking the situation lightly at all. But I know that this will pass. And that's the message that I've been getting over and over and over again from my guides, from source, from the beings of light that I connect to, that this is something that will pass. And this is part of our awakening. This is part of our work as light workers to really shine our light, to really go out there and to really unite with each other in community, because we have become such an isolated society, with the internet and with social media. And though we are connecting online, we are just kind of like loosely, surfacely connecting. I don't even know if that's a word, but like on the surface level, we are connecting, but we're not making those deep connections. So perhaps this is an opportunity for us to unite and to spend time with our loved ones at home as we're all quarantining together, right? I'm also staying informed, but I'm not getting sucked in. I'm not getting sucked in into all the claims that the world's coming to an end and that this is it and we're all going to die. I just don't buy it. But I am staying informed because I think it is important. And just to know like what the latest update is. Like, it's important to know, guys, to wash your hands, to use sanitizer, to not surround yourself with massive amounts of people right now. If you're feeling sick, stay home, like basic stuff, right? Basic knowledge. And just like for my own business and travel purposes. And obviously I am interested in what the economy is doing because this is a time when Brennan and I are investing our money at a higher level than we have before. So it's important for us to stay informed. But are we getting sucked into the fear? No, we're not. And this is also an opportunity to commit even deeper to my spiritual practices and stay connected to source no matter what, because ultimately that's who you want to be listening to, right? It's that spiritual connection, that truth that you can tap into. That is going to help you get above all of this fear. Ultimately, guys, the message that I'm receiving, every single day from source, as I've already mentioned, is that this too shall pass. And I'm not undermining it. And I hope you can feel me that I'm not undermining this, not taking this lightly by any means, especially, with how it may have affected you. I'm just simply sharing that at some point in the future, we're going to look back and it's all going to make sense. And there's a reason why this is happening. It's not up to us to figure this out right now, right? It's not up to us to figure out the perfect reasons and the perfect things to do. We're all doing the best that we can with the resources that we have. So it's not about being perfect. It's not about being a savior. It's not about taking all of the burdens of the entire planet on your own shoulders. Like, this is about us leveling up and helping each other level up too. And it's our opportunity to become certain in our purpose and certain in especially why we are here, and share that certainty with others, especially those who need it most. And remind others that certainty comes from within. It always has and it always will. And this is absolutely no exception. And that's it, you guys. That's it. That's what I'm doing. That's my message to share with you guys. And I just want to remind you to keep doing your work. Keep tapping into your mindset work. Keep tapping into your belief work. Keep tapping into your spiritual work and especially your emotional work. Some things that you can do is prayer. You can meditate. I highly recommend emotional freedom technique. If you're someone who's having anxiety right now, I know I've been tapping a lot. If you don't know how to do that, there's some great YouTube channels on it. There's some great books on it. And also I will be doing that in my free challenge that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to lead you guys through a tapping session. I'm never going to take these recordings down. So if you go to my IGTV, you will find the recordings and anything, just in case this podcast episode comes out after I start the challenge, which it might, because I think I'm going to start it Monday and I'm recording this on Saturday. Just so you guys have that as a resource that you can always come back to and you can apply it to anything in your life. Please stay safe, you guys. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your health. I love you guys so much. I'm sending you so, so, so much love. And just remember that you are divinely loved. You are divinely protected. You are divinely guided. And you have a light within you that is going to help you heal and also heal the entire planet. I will catch you guys in the next episode. And until then, mwah, mwah, love you guys so much. Bye. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. If you absolutely loved what you heard today, be sure to share it with me by leaving a review on iTunes so that I can keep the good stuff coming your way. If you aren't already following me on social media, come soak up the extra inspiration on Instagram by following @ManifestationBabe or visiting my website at manifestationbabe.com. I love and adore you so much and can't wait to connect with you in the next episode. In the meantime, go out there and manifest some magic.